Some of you are really, really enjoying this. I don't blame you, but bloomin' hell am I getting some flipping ribbon. So, I made a video the other day saying had space aliens nicked one of my calves because I couldn't find it. And I genuinely, when I made that video, I genuinely believed one of our cattle was missing. And I was confounded as to how it had happened. And then some of you very rightly pointed out, well, you haven't got 20 of it anyway, you've only got 19. So I had to go back and check my numbers and my paperwork. You were right. You don't like that bell quite so much. They seem to like the other bell better. Anyway, back to the beginning of this story. Yes, I've had lots of people message me. Quite a few people comment on the video and subsequent videos, saying that, are you sure? I'm sure there was only 19 out there and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, the messages, the direct messages, I've replied to most of them and sort of put my hands up and go, yeah, Mrs. P is convinced that I've got early onset dementia. Have I got 20 calves? Well, the answer to that is, yes, I do have 20 calves, because there's number 20 over there, Brutus. So I know 20 is a number in my head. But they're not all over the farm. One of them's here. But how can I have been counting 20? Because the last couple of times I've been over there, I'm sure I counted 20 cows over there. So I've completely befuddled myself. Now I could go through a list of excuses as to why I've done this or why I've done that or why, but you know, I've always found you're forgiven so much faster if you get something wrong, if you make a mistake, or if something happens, you get forgiven so much faster if you just put your hand up and go, yeah, I was an idiot, or I got it wrong, or I made a mistake, or for whatever. If I'm wrong, or if you're wrong, just put your hand up and go, yeah, I got that wrong. But how long are those 19 cattle been out there? Months. And I remember telling my dad a while ago, there's 20 out there. So all this time I've been going backwards and forwards, I've been counting cattle, and have I been counting one of them twice? I honestly don't really understand how I got it this wrong. So anyway, there is no finger of blame to point at anybody. I don't think we've been rustled. I don't think the space aliens have nicked one. I think I just messed up counting stuff, and there you are. That's it. So I think the one little thing that kind of reinforced me thinking that we'd had one gone was that a very close neighbour has lost a young heifer calf this year, which disappeared. And I kind of put two and two together and thought, oh, it's the same thing happened to me. But obviously not. They've got plenty of grub in there for a minute. That yard is just starting to get a bit mucky. Interesting to see what happens to that when it rains. Yeah, I'm gonna struggle cleaning that out, but it's kind of needs must for this year. Like I said, we'd like to concrete stuff, but once I concrete a yard, then I've got to have somewhere to push the slurry to. For us, it's going to complicate stuff and create a load of expense that right now the farm can't really afford. So, yeah, but they're all happy. We are, hopefully over the weekend, going to look at splitting these up, getting the girls out of here. I'm in no rush. Nothing I don't think is going to calve for at least a few days. So, but I don't really want calves born in here. Our due date is coming up. It is 6 days away from when our first calf could be born. So they need to be separated. So the cows which are in calf especially anything that's going to be bagging up, will be going next door, and everybody else can stay in this side. So, yeah, right, let's go and deliver Tom's logs. Excuse me, thank you. Right, Land Rover's there, pallet fork's there, skid steer's there. So we expect a load more ribbing and a load more call yourself a farmer, don't even know how many cattle you've got, and can't you count, and did you go to school, and did you fail in maths? Well, actually I did at school, if that helps. The one exam at school I did not pass was mathematics, because I was always rubbish at it. So, number dyslexic, they say. Or, as my dad used to say, just a bit thick. So that's all right. As long as you can drive a tractor and you can do the job, that'll be all right. Right, that's Tom's bag. I've already got it out ready for him. So we'll get it in there. Didn't work very well, so there's a couple in there, and if I pull the bag back they're going to go in there, and Tom don't want his logs covered in that. It's still better than a handball that I made at the back though, isn't it? I mean, it still works. The idea is good. It's just that sometimes the driver lacks talent. I don't want anything for the rozzers to complain about. Okay, that's that sorted out. Oh, what a day. What a day it has been. I haven't actually been very far. It's now, what, nearly 3:30, and it's only the second time today I've actually got out of the house. So, organising, the phone's been quite busy, the job book's been filling up again, and trying to organise some of the logistics. Some of the work we have to do is like on roadside, so it's organising road closures and traffic and diversions and stuff like that. And although we can book it, the highways like it if we put the signs up ourselves, so we've got to arrange all that as well. So that's done. Next week is kind of ticked off, but yeah, it's taken me 4 hours to arrange next week. How are you lot in there? You okay? Yeah. You're okay. Nearly finished that bale in there and already touched that one over there. Although they came from the same field on the same day. So I don't really understand what the fascination is with that bale over that one. Anyway, it's been on and off. Oh, that's not fair really. It's been mostly dry today. Couple of quite heavy showers. I think the tree team got wet at least once, poor devils. But yeah, I'm out and about now. I've got to go and look at a job in Wotton, which is a conservation area, which means I've got to do all the paperwork for that as well if she wants it done. But yeah, you know, the farm, most farm vloggers that you watch, that's kind of it. It's tractors and livestock and stuff like that. But for me, you don't get to see much of the other side because, well, that's our business, isn't it? But yeah, it keeps me out of mischief. You did that on purpose. Do you know what? She aimed at me. She flipping aimed at me. You aimed for me. You had a nice day.
I've had a lovely day.
Who were you talking to?
Even better now.
What, did you really ran me over? Maybe blinking. I nearly fell over.
I know. Well, that's because you're dodgy on your feet. It's your own.
Along with the dementia.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
Yeah. Okay, right. I'm going now. I've got to go and look at a job. I will see you when I get back. Nice to see you home safe, darling. All right, see you in a minute. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
She nearly ran me over. Okay, back to the farm. 4:10. I hear the guys are back. They had a job up in the town. It was really tight. They couldn't get the truck and the chipper in there. Luckily, there wasn't an awful lot of stuff to come out. So they brought it back and they're just chipping that around the back. And then they'll be off home. So we're going to see how they're getting on. That'd be pretty much it for the day then. Well, they've got a fair pile there. I said, once I finish that, to pack it all away, go home, it's Friday. So, yeah, Friday.